Just finishing up the next one. So 05 L59. Got it cleaned up, ran it in the vehicle, purchasing a complete vehicle for this one because they're getting harder to find. I can't compete with these guys at the junkyard. 5 guys showing up in the morning to jump on these motors. So I have to go and purchase a complete vehicle now, it seems, to get these engines and, be able to guarantee it to people. So, here's the wiring harness. There's the back of the box. We have ignition relay, fuel pump relay. Usually I make this a starter relay, but this vehicle is going to be using the original starter circuit. Then these 3 right here are for dual speed fans. One relay for fan, another relay for fan, and there's another relay for fan. This fuse is for low amperage, for the low side of the relays kick. We have our fan, battery inputs, fuel pump inputs, battery input fuse to ECU. This one would be ECM ignition fused. Let's see, I'll just shoot the relay. So that's how I wired it. But I have my sister print me out a sticker for this to put underneath the fuse box lid. Then I am finishing running out for the OBD2 port right here. I am starting to use a voltage control PWM input for the alternator now. Where did I put that? But I'm going to start running these on all of them because I do believe it's kind of nice to be able to run your voltage control. I don't even really want to show this to people, but it's about sharing nowadays, right? Sharing the information. So there's the PWM output. You just have to program it for the hertz and the duty cycle for the input of the alternator. And you have to use that if you're running a, say, 2003 and up alternator. This makes things easier. So that would be something like that plug right there. I'm way happier with that, especially with these guys that are running all kinds of things off the battery. The default just won't hold and keep up with the demand of the electronic system. It was never a big deal when you were dealing on a vehicle that just doesn't draw a whole lot of amps to operate. But when you get dual electric fans running 80 amps just to control fans, then you have, your power windows, your power locks, your trans-cooling fan, your winch, your HID lights, and all that. It's just too much demand on the default setting on the alternator. So instead of dealing with the cost of getting the voltage regulator replaced in the alternator with, 2000 and 2002 setup, been running these voltage regulators or PWM controllers to control the voltage on the alternator to make sure we can get it up to a 14.3, a 14.6 instead of running it at like a 13.8. But that's that. That's how I wired it. There's a mechanical throttle body conversion on it. We're running a van file on a blue and green. You can see I've already opened this ECU up and made sure that I could run mechanical or drive-by-wire. So it'll be programmed for drive-by-wire. And that's it. This one will be out. Bring the car in, get it done. Sorry I can't share what kind of car it's going in. And it's just because of the way things are going nowadays. But it'll be full emissions compliant, of course. It'll have the catalytic converters on it. You can see the evap solenoid right here. It is wired. Still works. Well, that's it. Moving on. There's the dud transmission from the donor vehicle. T-case from the donor vehicle. We got fenders, hood, core support, and all that good stuff off of it too. Took me about 3 days 4 days to move through that vehicle, completely get it done and out of here. So all I needed was an engine. But use a Napa shrink tube, or Napa loom. This loom actually stands up to the temperature, unlike the stuff you get at other parts stores. But that's it. Well, then Paula's coming along. Ended up on hold on it because I'm waiting on a motor. Brand new engine instead. So once that motor gets here, I'll made it to the transmission and figure out if I'm going to end up cutting the tub to get that 80 in there to clear. Make sure it's up high enough because this thing is going to be laying frame with the airbag system. Customer did end up choosing to do all the steel work on the bottom, so I got to lift the body off of this now. And he also wants me to do the paint. So this project turned into install a turbo kit to build a turbo kit to existing LS motor in it with the turbo kit to a brand new motor with the turbo kit. Yeah, that's it. So I'll have this on blocks with the bags all set up on it. Probably, I'm hoping in the next week or two. So I can string line across from tires and everything with the bags deflated and make sure all my dimensions are good with the 80 transmission to make sure none of it's going to be dragging on the ground when this thing's shooting sparks from sitting down low. Well, that's it.